occasion in the Sharma household in Bearwood. You
Tell me
know,
more.
uh,
More. Why is it big?
every United game's big, man,
No, but tell me why is it big in your household?
because we all support United, isn't it?
Bearwood.
we all,
All right, so we've got De Gea starting in goal today, as opposed to Henderson.
yeah.
Who thinks De Gea is going?
I don't think he's going. Where's he gonna go? Who's gonna actually buy him in this climate?
He's still one of the best. Well, that thing can
No,
depends
like
how much Man United are going to be offering for him, right?
he may be surplus to requirements, but who's gonna go after him in the summer? Unless you
If
see a big.
if we put like a 40 million or 50 million price tag on him, which I think is reasonable right now, I think he'll be able to go to a team. But it depends. As you said, does he still regard himself as one of the greatest keepers about right now? And if he does, that means he needs to go to a top side who are competing for trophies. And how many teams right now at the top are in need of a goalkeeper right now?
I
Off
think
the top of your
I
head,
think if he's going somewhere, after especially after seeing last night, Manuel Neuer's in his late 30s, isn't he?
Bayern is an option. Bayern is an option.
He's in his late 30s, so that could be the perfect replacement. But I,
Oh, they all
I,
last 40, so they're
I
literally like, goalkeepers last a lot longer than we do. To be fair, so
yeah, yeah.
I love
Personally, personally speaking, I don't think he's going anywhere. To be honest, I think he's going to stay with
For
us.
me, I want
Yeah.
Henderson to be number one.
I don't.
I want Henderson to take the number one spot, take it as his own because I do think he will be with us. I think he's a world class keeper
Yeah.
not yet, but I think he can get there, and I think he can be with us for the next 10, 15 years.
Definitely, definitely. But one thing I'd say, like I get where you're saying that he can be with us for the next 10 to 15 years, but I still think he needs one more season, like he has now. Just kind of learning it and then give it to him.
There's
Uh,
that you could that's still a really good shout, but
mm,
I think the other option is just throwing him straight in there,
true,
and I think we
true.
can definitely do that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but don't you see it as like a Van der Sar Ben Foster situation where you got a keeper who's been there and done that for a number of years, and then you got the new English keeper coming through, and he's okay at first, but then do you really think Dean Henderson has what it takes to be number one from next season? I personally don't think so. But what do you?
I think it comes down to the reason why Vish wants him to have one more season. Maybe we haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough of him yet. We need him to
yeah,
be between the sticks for 15, 20 games at least, and we haven't seen that yet. Um,
yeah.
so the answer to that question is we don't know, but you ain't gonna know until you put him between the sticks and you give him a good run of games. I mean, he's had a
That's
few run
true.
of games right now, and he's not done bad. I think it can be that keeper, but only time can tell. The answer is we don't know.
Yeah, we definitely don't know. And for me, I'm still happy with David De Gea. The fact that he saved us God knows how many times over the years. The fact that it'll be quite sad to see him go, but that's just more the sentimental reasons. In terms of actual player reasons, I don't think it's something that we should rush into selling him straight away. That's how I see it personally. Like, I wouldn't get rid of him so soon.
Definitely, definitely, I agree.
Money
So,
talks if the price is right. If the price is right,
you sound like Mr. Dana White there, man. The way you just said that.
look, if the price is right, I think we should do it. If the price is
Yeah.
right, because we've got a busy. Well, I hope we've got a busy summer ahead. I
Mm.
hope we've got a busy summer ahead. Whether we will is, there's a few offloadings that I'd want to do, and I think
Um,
for me, Anthony Martial is at the top of that list.
Oh, Vish, go
uh,
ahead. Go and
what?
talk about Anthony Martial before you
His
leave.
favorite player.
And I'm not gonna start Martial, man, because it's not good for my health, and obviously health is wealth. Um, but in terms of busy, man, like that's what we all hope for. Like you think like right now the club are planning, what they are gonna do in the summer, but going on past transfer windows, it's all gonna you feel like it's gonna be lastminute.com. In terms of like, look, the Cavani
Again,
signing that was a deadline day signing, which was a rush signing, you can say, because he hadn't played football for like 6 months. So if he was so part of the plans, you'd think that they would have thought that they would sign him 6 months prior to that. But no,
Like,
I
he wasn't part of the plans. Definitely not.
Don't you think
yeah, but
Aaron
I
Fletcher,
just hope.
director, and John Murtaugh in the proper roles now? Don't you think that's actually now a change of fortune in terms of our transfer?
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed that does the trick and that ticks that box. And come the summer, we're ready to do our business, not like scrambling around and trying to find last minute signings because they're not really the best signings all the time. But what I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you guys a question because you probably know this. There's no preseason tour. Obviously, with COVID, there's no preseason kind of tour, is there? Like, how would they do it? Because
I think it's just going to be like local games, like at the beginning of last season when they had
yeah,
like West Brom come to Old Trafford and Aston Villa came to Old Trafford, and
Yeah, we're not going to be
yeah.
able to go somewhere like Singapore or
Yeah, because I was thinking like obviously when you sign a player, you wanna make sure they're there for that, and that normally starts like 3-4 weeks prior to the season. And I think the season starts August 14th or something like that.
we've got the Euro
So
as well, so it's
yeah, when's the Euros final? I'm just trying to think, man.
like 12th July, something like that, as always. Like
Oh,
first couple of weeks of July, so it's going to be something fun to see.
okay,
We actually
fair
recover
enough.
from the Euros as well, not just like
Yeah,
it's one of those things that you got like a month of pre-season or 2 weeks of rest and then 2 weeks of pre-season if they can actually deal with it or not. But
yeah.
it's going to be fun.
Let's see what happens when the time comes. But forget about all that. We've got a game in like 5 minutes. So
But yeah,
what
but
what's that?
They're in the tunnel right now.
I haven't even got it up yet. But okay, do you want my score prediction, or do you
Go
want
for
my prediction for the game?
Prediction, score prediction.
I'm gonna go with 2-0 United, and I'm gonna say to you because from what I see in the last few weeks, the first half will be difficult, because we always make it difficult in the first half, and then the second half, our class will shine through. So 2-0 United. And
I'm going with 3-0.
I said 3-1 on the preview earlier on YouTube, so I'm sticking with my 3-1 prediction. I think we will win, but I think it's one of those that if Granada can actually play to their strengths and they can press us properly, they can cause us problems. But it's just the fact that if they're another team that will just low block us, then obviously it's going to be harder for us to break them down as well, especially with Daniel James on the wing.
It's a beautiful stadium we're in, by the way.
Andalus
Really nice
is
it?
stadium.
a beautiful destination.
You know what? I'm missing this also. I best get going, man. So I'm gonna get set up and if you guys are on afterwards, I'll jump off. And
What-
depending on the result. Sorry.
When is at half time and full time? Come for that.
All right. Cool. All right. I'll speak to you then, man. In a
Cool.
bit.
Bro.
In a bit. In a bit. Bye bye.
I just got to okay. But I'm feeling confident for today's game. It's one of
Yeah,
the
100%.
where I don't see us losing unless it's down to us making mistakes or being naive. But
We've got a very, very strong team. I'm really happy with this team. I can't see this team losing against the Granada side. I mean, look at the players we've got on show. Greenwood, McThomas is playing. We've got Lindelof. Maguire, as always, solid rock at the back. We haven't got Raheel here to say anything against that right now. But I mean, look, I don't know any of these Granada players. I've never seen them in my life. So
a few Premier League players that used to play.
Soldado.
Volkia used to play for.
I remember him. Oh, is that Soldado? That's not Soldado. I thought it legit looks like Soldado. Is that Soldado?
It was at the end, and Kennedy's there from Chelsea as
So
well.
is that Soldado at the end then?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's got the diet ready in Spain, in Granada.
It's a beautiful stadium right there, to be honest.
I've been looking forward to this all day. That's why I've got my Europa League background on as well. I'm really happy to play. And there's a big couple of games this week as well.
We've got Tottenham as well. We've got Tottenham on Sunday. I think we definitely need to do a watch along to that. We need to try and do a watch along to that.
That's going to be a scary one. That's going to be a legit scary one, but that's going to be fun as well.
I think that can go either way. I'm not even going to do a prediction. But right now, we've got Granada in front of us right now. Harry Maguire is actually like a massive unit, isn't he? You only know when he's standing next to other people.
Oh, I love it. Your stream's ahead of mine by like 2-3 seconds, and I know that your Wi-Fi is good today.
Oh,
So
is it?
really
That's
cool.
good then.
I saw that Maguire like 2 seconds after, so I'm like, yeah, we're ready. There's not really anything happening, but
How do you know though? Is it because
the Man United team just came up on my one. So
okay?
it probably came up a minute or two before, or a second or two before.
We'll know when the actual minutes are ticking, but at least we know that it's not lagging. It's good quality now, isn't it? With the Ethernet. Got my little brother on the right hand side.
Oh man, how's he doing? He's not a Man United fan, is he? He's a Chelsea.
Yeah, no, he's a Man United fan. He's not a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan. No way. No rent boys in this house.
That's good. You raise a strong household then, if you can.
Yeah, 100%. It's got to be all Man United, man. I want to see Mason Greenwood put in a good performance, man.
Yeah, he was looking after the little one by
Yeah.
himself. Just you and me.
Let's go. I feel a little bit nervous. Pre-match nerves.
No, I don't get nervous watching Man United anymore. It is what it is. I just got to be happy about it that we're playing. There's sport in the coronavirus pandemic.
There's that perspective definitely.
No, it's just, if you
But
look at this time last year, there was no football.
we need to win a trophy. We need to win a trophy, whatever happens.
There we go. Got to turn my volume down. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Here we go.
Oh, do you want to put mine down?
Just a little bit. Just I can hear that more than I can hear you, basically. Yeah. That's good.
Oh, they're already on it.
20 seconds in.
What second is yours on right now?
On 30 seconds.
30.
Yeah.
So you're like 10 seconds behind then.
That's right.
It's a good start from Granada.
Yeah, high intensity, like I was saying before, literally just getting into our faces, which is good.
We got anyone on the stream right now?
I've closed YouTube, but there's like 2 or 3 people on the stream, so that's good. Yesterday we had a total of 60 people on the stream.
Can't they comment? Can't they comment?
They can comment, but like to be fair, I'm not looking at the YouTube. Sorry, everyone on YouTube. I'm literally just watching the game.
Listen, you need to follow us. We need to figure out a way to get the
graphics on.
Yeah.
A couple of YouTube tutorials. We'll get it on. We'll get it on there.
Need to get hold of the ball.
There we go. Someone's commented. Evening, guys. I might have missed this convo, but do you think Man United should take back Lingard?
Oh, that's a very good question. To be fair, should Man United take back Lingard?
There's that rumor today of the whole Declan Rice situation as well.
Thing is, Lingard is not going to be first team. If we keep Pogba, if we keep Bruno Fernandes, I mean Lingard is a number 10, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to get into his team to play first team football. He's regardless of the form that he's got right now. I can't see him, being a first team player. So if he agrees to being number 2 again, which he's not going to, then no. If he agrees to being number 2, be second fiddle to the midfielders we were having, including Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, then okay. But I can't see that happening.
I don't see where he fits into the starting 11 exactly. It's one of those things that he'll player, FA Cup games, league.
Yeah, that's it. And Lingard, if I'm him and I'm thinking, okay, I'm on some great form, I'm not going to want to be second fiddle.
Especially after he's done as well. It's something that he's literally had to work.
He's obviously worked very hard. He's had to have a lot of mental strength as well, because we know there's certain things that have happened in his personal life that kind of been easy. He's in a good place right now, and for him to keep that, he needs to play football regularly, and he's not going to get that Man United.
Yeah, especially
it's a bit sad to be honest, but
Bruno Fernandes is that self-motivated individual that doesn't need anyone pushing him behind.
No. He doesn't need an arm around his shoulder and that's just the reality of it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We all need arms around our shoulders, but at Man United, we need players with the mentality of Bruno Fernandes, where he'll just motivate himself. There won't be much things that will be able to get into his mental capacity. He'll just motivate himself, and look what he's done for us since he's come in. Without him,
He doesn't really care about like Aston Villa fans complaining about taking. So I think it's okay.
nah, nah, not at all. That was a little bit of a shot like that.
It's one of those
Okay,
going
we've
on
got,
about Douglas Luiz
got
penalty.
Pogba. That's a ball, Poggers. That is a ball. We need Rashford. He's running at him now. Come on, let's do something, Rashford. Final product, gone. No end product.
He's got the
Not,
space. For Marcus Rashford. That's the thing with him.
not on that occasion. Oh, that looked like a decent shot on Thomas. We're controlling now. We need to stay. We need to stay in this half and just play some football.
You can't let them settle as always, because when they
Yeah,
settle against us, they're happy to camp for a good 90 minutes.
exactly. We need to be on top of them to make sure we're running them ragged. But it's whether we can keep up that tempo. We just in these kind of games we just become too. I'm trying to think of the right word.
Complacent.
That's it. Complacent, too stagnant, not moving it around quick enough. How many times this season have you heard and have you seen us just not moving the ball quick enough in these kind of games?
What times am I can count? With the way that we're playing at the moment, it's just one of those things where you need more players like Mata, Van der Beek on the pitch, but it just doesn't move around in this team because
I was going to go for it. Okay, we're trying to force it too much right now, which is no need really. Oh, they've got a Man United player. Man City player on loan. Granada, see, Pereira.
I've never heard of this Pereira before ever. So
Yeah, he's definitely from the academy.
Oh, that's my team.
Oh my God! There's a what do you call him? A runner on the pitch.
Why would you do that?
Stupid, isn't it?
It's like Mo Salah.
I didn't know whether he had clothes on or what, but
Nah, it's just inappropriate. It's not suitable for the workplace. That shot.
it's not at all. It's not at all.
It looks like. Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah,
it's like Pimento. He looks like Pimento, that crazy guy that's always on. If you remember,
I can't remember him. No, I've only watched a few episodes. I couldn't really get into it.
You couldn't get into Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Nah, I couldn't get into it, man. I couldn't get into it.
Oh,
I tried.
Fun that is. That's an enjoyable show.
I tried. I mean, I've watched a lot of shows, but I've not really. I mean, some of the shows you'd be surprised I'm into that I've got into, but yeah, couldn't get into it.
I'm just no. It's one of those things, isn't it? We all like what we like. That's how it is. If everyone liked the same thing in the world would be a boring place.
Exactly. Oh, Pogba, you lost it. Why are you losing it there, Pogba? Yellow card all day. Yeah. He lost the ball and he lunged out. Sometimes he loses it in dangerous positions when he's trying to just do too much rather than just playing it simple. But when it comes,
to be fair, there was 3-on-1 at the time, so they pressured him properly and they know to pinpoint in that midfield. That's some good play from.
Maybe the touch could have been better. Maybe
it could have been better, but when you look at the replay, look, two of them, then third person just coming in on that. Pogba knew he messed up, but it's just they want to stop the supply already from Paul Pogba. They know that ball across.
Yeah, if he turns and he has a look up, it's over, isn't it?
He's already done it so far. It's just Rashford couldn't convert it. Really.
Yeah. Whereas that Mbappe Rashford debate, if that's Mbappe there, I feel like he creates a yard for himself and he at least has a shot on goal.
I think that was
maybe I'm being a bit too harsh.
Debate yesterday with the whole third goal that he scored, because again that went down to the left hand side. Mbappe cut in, he created space and he scored against Manuel Neuer.
It's effortless, isn't it? It's effortless. it's a world class player when it just makes it look effortless. The players that are just below that world class level are still good players. It just seems like hard work for them. But when you see Mbappe playing football, it's just effortless. It's like he's not even trying that much.
Like you barely break sweat as well when you see him after the game as
I
well.
know, it's just unbelievable, man. Imagine when he actually tries to break a sweat, then it's just an unbelievable performance.
I can't even remember if he has, personally.
That's
World Cup
true.
final didn't need
That's
to.
true. When you say the World Cup, that goal, I think it was against Argentina, where he literally ran from the halfway line and no one could stop him. That was
And
an
Rojo
unbelievable
just
goal.
pulled him down for a free kick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Classic Marcus Rojo right there.
That was the only. That was the only way, or it probably would have been a goal.
I'm trying to see if he's in the background of my. I can't see him on this picture.
He should be because he was a part of that team.
Yeah, it's probably just hidden behind all of the other players. Or he was injured or suspended, I think he was. He was injured for that one.
Injured.
He's in a suit. Yeah. Corner ball for Granada. Let's see if Soldado can get his head onto this. Let's see if Kennedy can whip a good ball in. What's he going to do?
De Gea's got the ball now.
Yeah, it could have almost snuck in.
We just get the ball in there. Get the ball in there, boys. Come on. An early goal will just settle things down more. So it's already looking like we're going to have a very comfortable night on the ball. But if they're going to score, it's going to be from a mistake or a set piece. Can't see them scoring anywhere else.
No, I don't see it happening either. Like you said, just using the ball properly, not always trying to keep possession in the middle of the park.
Yeah, 100%.
Not getting into cul-de-sacs, anything like that.
Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. That's all we need to do. We've got much better footballers than this side. Rashford losing it. Do you think Rashford should go to the Euros?
I don't see why he shouldn't. For me personally, like I said previously on the podcast, I don't want him to if he's injured. Give him a summer to recuperate.
Yeah, I know. We need. I'd prefer him to stay. To be honest, as much as I love England and as much as I want us to do well, I think
it's like I said previously. It's the first time in God knows how long when we have a riches of embarrassment of attacking talent.
Yeah.
Like if you miss Rashford, like we did in the last 2 games, you don't miss him. You're not like, oh, I wish Rashford was playing. He could have played. Or he could have made a difference.
Yeah.
You could easily have played someone else there in that position. If Sancho gets fit, he can play. Grealish on the left, he can play. Foden on the left, as we saw against Borussia Dortmund.
100%. I mean, we've got strength in depth.
It's not like the days of like Aaron Lennon, Theo Walcott, Sean Wright Phillips.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
That kind of caliber. Not to disrespect them, but they were the 3 similar types of players. To be fair.
Whereas for United,
in this left wing side for England, that could easily play right wing or even start Sterling on the right and Foden on the left. It could easily work.
Whereas for United, if we miss him on that left hand side, it's a big miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Massive.
Who'd you put in to replace him? Daniel James, Martial, maybe. Mata plays on the right, and you have to.
They just don't bring what Rashford does, isn't it? It's his work rate as well.
Mm-hmm. It's the fact he
then
does.
Again, Dan James does put in a lot of work, but of course Rashford has a far superior final product in comparison to Dan James, anyway.
Yeah, Daniel James, he's still got a couple of years to go until he's like a proper player for me. He's still like obviously like a bit part player for Man United, but doing his bit for Wales, that's the main thing for him. He's getting his confidence in the international setup as well.
He can be an absolute problem with his pace. It's just that final product. That's it.
But don't you see that a lot with loads of pacey players? That they're just heavily reliant on their pace. But when they get old, they literally, like Aaron Lennon ending up at Burnley, Theo Walcott at Southampton, is okay now as a striker. But as a right winger nowadays, is as not reliant on his pace, really, is he?
No, then it's more
as well.
It's more technical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a more technical Premier League. It's a more technical game at the moment as well than just reliant on your pace. And that's what I hope Dan James can get a bit more in his game really over the summer, the season coming forward. It's going to be a big season for him next season, especially if we're looking to sign another winger.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be huge.
Jadon
Well,
Sancho.
we want someone on that right side, don't we? We need someone on that right side.
Mm.
Oh,
Like Wan-Bissaka, we've got him for the next 5-10 years as a right back. Brilliant investment because he's only going to develop and become a better player. There he is.
I just wish he had more going forward. But look, we paid for that defensive. We paid that £50 million plus for that defensive side of his game, and
That's the
he's
thing. Like,
best one-on-one defender in the world.
his attacking game will always improve. It can only improve from where it is at the moment. But his
I
defensive
agree.
is already so good already, which I don't mind at all. Like it's got room for development. That's how I see it. Because it's not like he's 28, 29 like Matteo Darmian, who's really good at defending, but he's not good at attacking, or is barely fast enough to keep up with the other fullback or the right back.
Yeah, that's the reason we gave him away, right?
He's a good defender. His quality at Inter Milan at the moment as a wing back. It's just the fact that he's got the support behind him with the three centre backs, which is why he does really well.
Right,
Yeah,
it just wasn't fitting our mold of play.
Darmian's that one. There's just a message on the group is like, Arif, why are you on the screen? I'm like, I can't see him anywhere.
No, as in when the guy running on the pitch came on.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's basically saying, "Why am I on there?" Trying to be funny.
If it's at Friday Night Football tomorrow, you may want to have a word with him. You know what I mean?
Oh, don't worry, I'll make sure he's on the opposite team.
In goal, have him in goal.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs. I want him to. That'll be interesting. Score a few.
Oh, Rashford.
So first 15 minutes in, not a lot has happened. But Granada keeping their shape well. They seem like a well organised outfit.
Yeah, they're keeping.
They wouldn't have gone to the quarterfinals without being well organised, right?
I mean, they beat Napoli on the way to the quarterfinals. They beat Molde last round as well. So
some good
they've had some good European scouts so far, and this is like their first European campaign in like the last decade or so, probably longer than that. I think
it's a real shame they've got no fans in the stadium, right?
It would have been like that whole Celta Vigo game. Like it's just another La Liga team getting their moment in the sun against Man United.
Yeah.
If you remember that a couple of seasons ago as well.
Yeah. It's, playing Man United is always a big occasion for these teams.
Mm-hmm.
But for any team, really. Every team wants to beat Man United. Still the biggest football club in the world. Got the most fans in the world. It's always a big occasion. No matter, how maybe we're not nowhere near the heights we once were, but we're still the team that everybody wants to beat. We're still the team that everybody wants to keep in their mouth, no matter what. So
we're still the team that you play the low block against, and you just sit back on the edge of your box.
Yeah.
And then everyone on the media always complains that we can't break teams down at half time, and then break them down at half time in the second half and we win the game. So, yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing it currently at the moment. They're on that low block. They're trying to counter that with Soldado and Kennedy as well.
Yeah. Well, for these kind of teams, it's the only way they're going to win, and it's the only way that other teams in the near past and the past have beaten us, especially in the competition. You don't want to go toe to toe against this Man United team because no matter
the last time we saw that was Sevilla last season when he got knocked out and they just outplayed us in the park in Germany. I think we were playing them at the time. But I'm quite glad Sevilla are in the Europa League because that's literally their tournament at the time.
Yeah. The Europa League team. I'm sure they don't want to be known as that, but that's what they are.
Yeah, it's like how Falcao was once known as the Europa League player who's just avoiding the Champions League. And he went to Monaco and got in the Champions League and scored an absolute banger. That finesse chip against Man City.
Then he arrived. Granada quite aggressive. The game really tight to Pogba and Bruno. Well, that's the best way, isn't it?
So we've got that free kick now. Bruno Fernandes wins a free kick.
Oh, he's doing a American football tackle right there on Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, it's just another tackle. It's fine. But if it's the other way around, the guy would be rolling around. Yeah,
100%.
Hands out and everything. Ridiculous.
Yeah. And he's complaining. What is there to complain about right there?
He had no intention of making the ball. He had no
No.
intention of literally getting the ball. And Bruno Fernandes was just there, like, yeah, it's going to be a free kick to us. Is this going to be a Rashford special? Is it going to be a Bruno Fernandes one? What are we going to see?
He's not going to shoot from here, surely.
We say that all the time, don't we? So
I mean, he's got the technique to do it. Out of anyone in the team that we have, this is Marcus Rashford is the best at long range free kicks.
yeah, there's only one lining up.
The only one I've ever seen go in from here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's gone high and wide over the crossbar.
I feel like that one should have been just like whipped in because the centre backs were up there as well, but they went into like that second wall kind of thing. We may have a higher height difference as well with Granada at the same time. Maguire, Lindelof, Pogba on the pitch at the same time. With Tomine cross the ball in, but lessons learnt, I guess. See if they can actually get something in this first half as well. Now you know why I said we're good with neutral games because neutral games are more fun to watch than watching your own team and getting nervous over free kicks and things like this.
No, I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, it's still good. Kennedy's through, Maguire's there.
What a change of career, Luke Shaw for Luke Shaw. I mean, he was looking like he was going to get. He needs to be sold in the summer to formidable first team player, well, immovable first team player choice there at left back, and guaranteed on the plane really to the Euros for England in a space of what 3-4 months. That's just
Even that. It's like for me, I saw him last season when from like January onwards, he was brilliant, and ever since Project Restart, he was really good as well. Because when you look at the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea, you had Brandon Williams starting left back. We lost. We had the semi-final against Sevilla. Brandon Williams was left back. We lost. The game against Leicester, Alex Telles was left back. Guess what?
yeah,
We lost.
we lost. It's like he's cemented himself, and for me, he can only get better. And I read something interesting come from his agent, Jonathan Barnett. It's the same agency that represent Gareth Bale as well. He said that there's a part of an agent's game which a lot of people in the media don't really cover. So they've hired in their company. They have 2 football analysts. So
Okay.
the people that look at how people are playing in terms of like things like positional awareness, what your performance on the pitch basically. And these guys were apparently an instrumental factor in his form going up. They've helped him a lot in terms of his performance as well. I didn't know football agencies do that, but I think they're a massive football agency. They're huge, so they've probably got the funding and the budget to do it. But yeah, his agent come out and said they're one of the main factors as to his performance. They've helped him out a lot off the pitch, apparently.
No, that's nice to hear. That's quite fascinating to hear as well because you think the club would have someone in house like that as well. They probably do, Man United.
And they do. They do.
The agency went out of the way to help their client, Luke Shaw,
Yeah.
get back into this.
When I read that, I was like, that's actually really quite good.
Yeah, it's just something to learn from as well. Like obviously, footballers are human beings. They do struggle with their day-to-day work.
Yeah, they're all different human beings as well. Some people, like we were speaking about earlier, some of them need arms around their shoulders. Some of them don't.
And clearly, an arm around Luke Shaw's shoulder has done him the world of good. It's done Man United the world of good, and clearly proved a lot of people wrong in terms of if we need to have Tellers as our new left back. But clearly, Tellers is just sitting this one out.
Would it be an absolute reach if we said Luke Shaw is the best left back in the Premier League right now? I don't think it would.
Given Andrew Robertson's form, no, not at all. Tierney's injured. We've got Chilwell, Cancelo, but he plays right back.
Well, to even say Luke Shaw is top 3 left backs in the Premier League right now, and comparing that to a few months ago is just incredible.
It's one of those things that people take notice of players annoyingly when they score a goal. Like especially when you score that goal against Man City, everyone's like, "Oh wow, Luke Shaw, Luke Shaw." But when you like us as fans, we've known for quite a while that he's a good player. He's just got it in him. But everyone's seeing that now, which is brilliant, and it's good to see how.
And Solskjaer
Like,
said he's one of the best finishers in the club. I was
yeah,
like,
he was
what?
saying that as well. From last season, he was saying that he's got one of the best ones in world football, and everyone was laughing at him. But
Well,
if
for
it's
me, there's a difference between scoring a goal and finishing a goal, right? Finishing is different. It's like, scoring them goals in the box, and that's a different art to actually shooting from outside the box. It's completely different. I think that's probably what he was on about.
losing the ball again, man. Granada are feisty. They ain't stopping for anyone today.
They're
25 minutes.
not. They're not. I mean,
They're
this
slowing the
is
game down.
they're under the bright lights right now. This is as good as it gets for Granada. They're not gonna let this one up easily. And Man United would have and should have known that. I mean, these first 24 minutes have been exactly how Granada would have wanted it. I mean, we're not really doing us any justice right now. Um, but credit to Granada, they're playing very well. They're set up how they exactly want to set up. Look at them, they're getting tight to those midfielders. As soon as the ball comes into those midfielders, they're straight on it. Look at that.
Brilliant.
McTominay gets the ball, and a Granada player's on it, but we've just received it. We've just got it back now.
Mm-hmm.
But
just how they intercept properly as well. Go on.
they're gonna do this all game. They're gonna do this all game.
That's all they want. They just want to slow the game down. They want to keep it easy for them, nick their chances from set pieces, and shock the world with a goal against us or something like that. But what are your thoughts so far in the first 25 minutes of the game, Arif? What do you think so far?
First 25 minutes, I think. What are my thoughts? Well, Granada are playing exactly how they want to play. We're trying to get it into our midfielders so they can actually turn and then link up with the people, our players up top. But it's just not happening, and that's credit to Granada. They're playing very well. As soon as the midfielders get it, look, they're not letting these midfielders. They've got a Granada player right on them, and it's going to take us moving the ball around a lot quicker than we are right now to get something. I would like a goal in this first half. I think we need a goal in this first half. Then it'll be. Then I think the next 2 or 3 will go in.
Yeah, definitely. Because again, like they're not doing a Real Sociedad when they're playing their normal football and being open and expansive, because that just ruined them in that first half of the first leg for Real Sociedad. But
Yeah.
with this, if this is how Granada normally play, then fair play to them. But I'm pretty sure they don't play like this.
No, absolutely not. You can't play open and expansive. Any team in the world, I don't think, can play open and expansive against Man United. Okay, maybe the Bayerns and
Man City
the
tried it.
PSGs. Yeah, exactly. And Man City are one of the best teams in the world. We can definitely put them in the top 5 easily right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a decent effort by Marcus Rashford, but it's a good effort. Well, I would have preferred him to cross it there instead of
I
shooting.
feel like
But
one of those short crosses, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
just bend it, try and get a flick on. But replay showing it was quite close. I don't mind that at all.
yeah, forward's a forward. There's when there's a shot on, I don't mind a forward taking a shot because that's just the forward's mentality. He's grown up all his life with that instinct to score a goal, unless it's a World Cup semi-final and you don't square it to Raheem Sterling when he's open. Then that's a different scenario. But
You have to give me PTSD right there. Kennedy through. Ooh.
oh man, every single time I see it, I get PTSD, man. I still think about it to this day.
Learn a lesson for the Euros if that's the same situation as well.
But what if? What if? That's what I think. What if? I mean, England have been so hard done by in the World Cup's gone. I mean, another one that comes to mind.
That time as well. That wasn't even like a red card or a suspension or an injury.
Yeah, I know.
It was there for us to take.
See, what I was doing during that World Cup is, I mean, it sounds sad, but I was training it all the way down to London just to go watch the games at like I don't know Box Park, if you guys know what Box Park is, at venues just to feel the atmosphere around the city.
Mm.
And England versus Sweden, the I don't know if I've already spoke about this on our podcast, but after the game when we won, the streets were filled, cars couldn't go past, the buses couldn't go past, but all the the drivers in the cars didn't mind it. There were someone stuck in traffic with all these people stuck in getting their car stuck, but they was smiling. And then obviously, but the game against Croatia after that game, it was just complete and utter anticlimax. Trippier scores, and everyone around me is coming home, and then of course we know what happened.
Yeah, it was one of those things, and like with me, because I was working weekends as well. I think what
Yeah,
happened that day is they let us finish early, obviously for the Sweden game, which
yeah,
is on Saturday, and we got home early. It was perfectly fine, but I've never been as relaxed as watching an England game than watching that game against Sweden, because that
yeah.
was
It was like we knew we were gonna win.
to England under Gareth Southgate, just controlling the game, doing really well in possession, scoring that early goal. I think it was John Stones or Maguire, one of the two that scored. John Stones, and then Dele Alli scoring in the second half, and you're just there like, this is good, this is great. And then watching that Russia versus Croatia game when Cheryshev scored, you're like, okay, we may be facing Russia, but then Croatia showed some real bottle in that game, and did really well to come back, obviously. And then obviously the whole Croatia situation. Ooh, Soldado! Side netting.
Could have been in trouble there, to be honest.
Mm. But yeah, I hope to create some more good memories with that as well with the Euros coming up.
I can't wait. That'd be great.
Some of the
Prime
games,
Minister Rashford. That's the goal that we needed. Marcus
I don't get that.
Rashford, Prime Minister Marcus Rashford,
You know how annoying that is?
MBE Dr. Marcus Rashford.
Do you see what BT did there?
They missed the start. That's why it was a delayed reaction. They missed the start of the goal. They just
That's
caught
what I
him.
mean.
Well, it was route
It's
one. It was
brilliant,
it was
but
route one. Some great movement from Marcus Rashford there. It was
yeah,
Lindelof.
1-0 up is brilliant. But
Great movement. That's some great movement. Well, the defender probably should have stepped in a little bit more there. But what a touch! What a touch and a finish! What a touch and a finish!
this is why Lindelof's in the team as a ball playing centre back. Look at that pass, man. Tony Cruz would be proud of that pass.
Our number 10 that should be sitting inside number 10 right now. See what I did there?
High five, yes. That was brilliant. What a finish that was by Rashford. Great composure.
That's some great finishing. I mean, we were talking about comparing him to Mbappe and Rashford. There is no comparison, but we know that this is a brilliant footballer that we have playing in the number 10 position for Man United right now, and hopefully for many years to come.
Yeah, I don't see him leaving anytime soon. It's not going to be like a Welbeck situation where he has to leave.
No. Oh, this dangerous. We're playing today. We just settle down now. Let's keep the ball. Let's keep the ball. Got the messages flooding in now.
It was not even. Fernandez getting fouled again, man. Book this guy at number 4. 2 or 3 times has been doing that to our players. Gonalons. Is Gonalons? Is it Gonalons? Yeah, the Gonalons are a former Lyon player as well.
A lot more relaxed now. That first goal, and if we can come out of this game with a 2-3 goal deficit, I think we can call it a tie. Can't see the second leg them coming back into this from 2-3 goal, but we've still got a long way away until then.
It's the away goals for me. I don't see them scoring away goals at Old Trafford compared to. I mean, look at this team that we're playing. 9th in La Liga, lost a couple games recently against Villarreal, against Valencia.
Yeah.
They've probably been saving their players really for the Europa League. Like against Molde, they did really well last couple of games, but they still lost in the first leg and then won the second leg and got through on away goals, which is crazy. Go on, Dan James. Oof.
Rahil just messaged me saying Slabhead ain't ever picking out a pass like that. Lindelof, uh, Arrow. Well, Lindelof's better than Slabhead.
He needs to jump on. I need to hear his thoughts on Lindelof. He's a big fan of Victor Lindelof
Yeah,
as well.
he's a big fan. That was it was like a quarterback ball, wasn't it, from Lindelof?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
great ball.
Things where it's just like, yeah, I know he's going to be there. He's going to cut in, and
That's one of the main reasons Man United bought him, right? We
yeah,
knew he was good with the ball.
that's when Jose Mourinho is changing the style at Man United, because we only had Daley Blind as a ball playing defender, but he was playing as a left back or a holding midfielder under Jose Mourinho. And then we had like Rojo Bailly, but Smalling Jones, obviously. Let's go.
Rahil's coming on second half, I think.
Love it. Love to see it. By the way, at half time, we're just going to give it a break. So obviously we can get like food and stuff. So we'll be back on in the second half as a second stream. So that'll be good. And Vish will join us for the halftime chat as well. Get the Vish analysis. Rashford's down. No. Fernandez hits it wide. That corner. Want a kick.
Yes, corner deflection.
I'm in a better mood. I'm happy. We're 1-0 up. We've got the away goal. In context, against this Granada team. I'm happy. Like we said, we wanted that first goal in the first half as well.
Yeah. I think it will open things up more, because now Granada need to open up. But then it's like
this carrying on. They're jumping into Rashford.
What a ball, Aaron won. Bissaka. Oh, that was bad pass. Bad pass, Daniel James. Bad pass, Daniel James. Should have done better.
All that space he had as well, ridiculous.
He had plenty of space. Defender was a couple of meters away from him.
Just look at the reactions from everyone. They're just hands on hips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's literally why he's not a starter, but he can obviously get better with his crossing, with his end product, and that's how you go from a sub player to a starter in this Man United team.
That's another reason why we need a wing. We need another right winger there.
Really, for Daniel James, that should really be motivation. With the whole talk of Sancho, the whole talk of other attacking players coming into the club, to kind of, I'm not going to be that guy, but like even doing things like extra practice or staying after training, that kind of thing, having a different mentality of trying to improve your game to show off to the manager. You know what? You don't have to spend another 50, 60 million. You got me. I can do this consistently. But
we know from we've been watching football all our lives. That's what separates the great players from the good players, right? That's the sole reason Cristiano Ronaldo is being regarded as the greatest footballer of all time. It's because you always hear footballers talk about how he used to train after. He used to put ankle weights, doing dribbling. He always used to take shots after practice. That's why he is where he's at.
He was the first footballer to bring in his own nutritionist as well. Nutritionist? Did I say it correctly?
Yeah, nutritionist,
yeah. He was the first player to do that, and players were just like, what's he doing? We have nutritionists at the club. But he's making sure what he was eating. He was eating the most bland food, apparently.
Every step of the way, right? I mean, correct. I think we were the first people to bring in a sleep therapist or something like that to help them, or he was I don't know if it was him or the whole squad, where they started to have afternoon naps as well.
I never knew that. That sounds like a very Arsene Wenger thing to do as well, when you think about it.
That is true. I'm sure it could have been Arsenal. I don't know.
No, it sounds like Man United. We'll Google it at half time, but Arsene Wenger was one of those managers that wanted players to eat like full carbs 2 or 3 hours before the game as well for breakfast. So that's what he's been doing with the nutrition, Arsene Wenger. But
all of that does make a difference. It makes a massive difference. Your body at the end of the day.
That's why I have pasta before every Friday night counter attack.
Yeah,
just a little fun fact there to give me the energy.
Keep your energy up, right? I mean, you've got people. I mean, outside of football and basketball, you've got LeBron James who spends $1 million a year, probably more than that now, on his health, on his body.
And he's going on a bit in age as well, but the fact that he's still
at the top of his game, though, right?
He's literally keeping them going, which is brilliant. Him and AD, Anthony Davis, as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to watch my LA Lakers career on 2K NBA 2K, I'll post it on this channel as well. I don't think anyone wants to watch that, but that's something that I quite like to do in my spare time, playing NBA 2K.
I do love watching basketball when it's not on in the middle of the night.
I've actually joined the basketball team here as well.
Have you? Sick.
Yeah, man. So I'm starting after Ramadan, so I can't wait to get going because I used to play a lot back when I was living in the West Midlands, but eh, like when you don't know anyone in a new area, it's like, what do I do? You
Yeah,
join.
it's like football. You need to know a group of people to
Hmm.
set up a game.
You need to get involved and you need to be social with more people outside of like your comfort zone in a way. It helps you build as a character, which is good. So I can't wait.
100%.
It's like how Vish and Rahil are very big at playing cricket as well. They play cricket against different teams every season, and I think they're playing against each other as well with their respective teams. But
Yeah, I think in
it's
September
good
they've got their
character. You
game.
get to meet new people, see new people, little things like that.
100%, bro.
In other news, Ajax have just scored against Roma. I did suggest that Ajax would be our opponents in the semi-final. Davy Klaassen scored as well. So he was the one that went to Everton, didn't do that
That
well.
won't be an easy game.
He's gone back to Ajax, but Ajax against Roma. Roma missing Smalling. Actually, are they missing Smalling? I haven't checked the team. I think they are missing Smalling. But McTominay just got yellow carded, like you said.
I'm guessing the Arsenal game is still 0-0.
That's good. You don't want Savio Park scoring an away goal if you're Arsenal at the moment, given Arsenal's defensive woes. Cedric left back.
I'd rather Arsenal not get through. But then again, it'd be good to face them.
Are you one of those guys that thinks it's going to be an Arsenal Man United final?
Well, no. I mean, I'd rather them not go through, but then again, I wouldn't mind them going through either.
But for me,
Just to face them.
Villarreal are brilliant this season under Unai Emery, so I want them to face Villarreal in the semi-final. Ooh, corner kick. That was close. But yeah, I just don't like Arsenal at all. But I think Arsenal. It'll be fun to see Arsenal lose to Villarreal in the semi-final against Unai Emery, their old manager. That's what I think personally.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That'll be his opportunity to stick it to them, right?
Everyone's complaining about Emery out, the whole thing with the transfers and all of that nonsense, and having Arteta, who hasn't been great, besides an FA Cup win, hasn't been that great. This is their do or die for them for Arsenal at the moment. Soldado hits it wide.
If they don't, I think they've got to be looking at winning this competition. If they don't,
their priorities are wrong if they don't.
There's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of question marks.
Aubameyang's bench for this game. Lacazette starts as a striker.
Aubameyang is no longer the footballer that we saw at Borussia Dortmund. I'm going to make a statement. I don't think he ever will be now. I think
to be fair, I quite liked him under Arsene Wenger in that season as well. Yeah. That's when you see prime Aubameyang, but it's just the fact that they couldn't balance it with Lacazette.
It was as soon as he signed that big juicy contract. He knows now if they want to let him go, they can let him go by all means, but they've got to pay that big fat contract that he's got right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he's got comfortable, I don't know.
Luke Shaw getting yellow carded, man. So that's him out. That's McTominay out of the second leg. Maybe they're doing it tactically, like Jose Mourinho would do, just so they're fresh for the semi-final.
That is true.
They know they've got the away goal. They know this team can handle this Granada team, but you got Maguire left and Lindelof left who have yellow cards as well.
Either of those gone would be a big miss, though.
Mm-hmm. It's like I said before, missing in that semi-final, missing that quarter-final, missing in the FA Cup semi-final last season as well. Ridiculous how one position on that pitch as a defender meant so much to having Brandon Williams or Tay as the other left back. Here's a free kick. Oh, Bruno Fernandes gets a touch to it. Let's ask Vish if he's joining for the half-time combo.
Ooh, that was a decent shot, Kennedy. We need to get another two or three goals. I won't be satisfied until we get another 2-3 goals.
Straight at the keeper, which is good. No, I'm happy with a 1-0 at half time. Like you said, it's going to open up in the second half. They're going to tire out eventually Granada.
That's
Be,
true. That's
be
when our goals. That's when our goals can
just
come.
pressing from the front. They're doing really well already. Oh, Rashford,
Oh,
what is that song?
we've got Greenwood. We've got Greenwood on for right now. What is he going to do with it? Oh, and he loses it. And he loses it.
That's where you want to see his end product, which he was doing so well last season as well.
He was just trying to do too much there.
Yeah. Right, 44 minutes and a half. What are your thoughts so far in this first half? For me, I'm very happy. 1-0, clean sheet so far. Got the away goal. We could easily have created more chances, but it's kind of what we expected, really, with this Man United team in the form that they are. Again, I'm happy with the players that have started so far. No one's really been bad or been great. It's just more of a professional performance, I'd say, personally, for Man United. What are your thoughts so
Yeah,
far?
I mean, I would agree. It's been a professional performance. I think they know they're not. They probably know they don't have to exert themselves too much to win this game, but to get through, I think a 2-0, 2-3-0 would be an exceptional result. I think going into the second leg, I think it'll just be comfortable. We're not. I don't see us conceding right now. I don't. Granada haven't really shown much on how they're gonna actually score a goal from open play anyway. From set piece, anything can happen. I can't see them scoring a goal from an open play.
It's all just been from set pieces, their main chances, that Kennedy
Yeah.
ones or Dardo when Bruno Fernandes hit it back. We've just had this corner here with 2 minutes added on. It's what gone up for a goal kick after Soldado, wasn't it?
Showing that Marcus Rashford goal again. I mean, that was a brilliant touch, an incredible touch to finish that. That was
That spin from Lindelof. It was like that Van Dijk one to Mane against Bayern Munich a couple of years ago. Just there you go. But that's definitely settled some nerves, I guess. Like I said, I'm quite excited watching us at the moment against Granada, but it's settled some nerves. I'm guessing.
I'm, I'm really looking forward to the second half. I think, as you said, I think it will open up. And I can see it score another 2 or 3 or maybe even 4. We'll see.
Bringing on Diallo, bringing on Van der
Yeah,
Beek, maybe
yeah. We've still got some good options on the bench.
Cavani as well, of course. Can't forget Cavani or Mata. It'd be nice to see Mata play after a while. Obviously, after the tragedy that he suffered in the family as well. So let's get him in with properly. That would be nice to see properly.
Dan James' performance has not been too great. He's just giving the ball away again.
In that position as well, like we said, he's getting the space out of all the.
He's getting the space. He has space. So
the space. That's what annoys me.
Yeah, he's got. That's not an excuse for him. He's got the space.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not an excuse.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He can't say, that, like, if it was him, he can't say, he's got players too tight to him. He hasn't.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. It's not like Greenwood or Rashford where they're on him like boom or double team.
Yeah.
They clearly don't rate Dan James, this Granada side, so
that's why they're giving them the space.
That's
actually an insult to him, isn't it? Like when people aren't marking you as tight as the rest, then you've got to know, okay.
That's me at Friday Night Football when I'm on the attack because they know I can't finish for anything. If I'm in the
we've got Greenwood on now. We've got Greenwood. Is he going to do something? Oh, he's doing too much again. He's doing too much again. There's no need. But that's half time now. 1-0. Can't go wrong with that.
Nah, it's like you said. It should have. Greenwood should have at least had a shot there as well in that half.
100%. I'm just going to quickly get a drink.
Yeah, go for it. What can we do with this? Everyone will be back 15 minutes for the second half. We're going to take a break. See you all in a bit.